Hello, horror fans, and welcome back to Goosebumps the game. In this episode, I'm going to try to navigate the mall without getting caught by the robotic security guard. We'll see how this goes. This is the definitely most challenging part of this game. So let's jump in and see what happens. Continue further into the mall. Alright. So I want to go to the food court. I'm not seeing the guard anywhere, so I think I'm good. Empty stomach drives you into the welcoming arms of the food court. Alright, still not seeing him. So that's a good thing. You stand at the mouth of the broad food court, a sea of cheap tables and chairs bordered by restaurants of every variety. Alright. Thought I just saw a shadow up there. Yeah, his shadow's up there. So I can't go there, otherwise... So yeah, if you notice here, you see this shadow that comes across here. This is where I need to go, but because he's there, what I need to do instead is I need to actually go back one. Mall proper fried chicken flavored wind at your back. Alright. So now if I return forward, I should be okay. Because he'll move around. Shuffle into the secluded payphone corner. Standing at the payphones just outside the food court restaurants. It smells bad. Yes, they would. Alright, so we need to get here so we can open the phone book. Let your fingers do the walking to the promising page on the in the phone book. Alright, so... Then we need to memorize Goldberg. Memorize the number listed for Goldberg, hoping that's a clever pseudonym for R.L. Stine. Alright. Looks like I'm safe to return. Food court beckons. Alright, you stand in the mouth of the broad food court, a sea of cheap tables and chairs bordered by restaurants of every variety. So now, I want to go ahead and get my cell phone. Yeah, so I cannot back out here. Alright, so I want to call... Dial the number you memorized and wait as it rings, and rings, and rings. Someone picks up. After a long silence, they speak with obvious impatience. Yes? Yes, this is Ray. I'm looking for R.L. Stine. Another pause. Longer this time. Never heard of him. He's an author, you explain. He wrote those Goosebumps books everyone likes. Everyone likes them, he asks? So they're good. You find them scary. The man on the other end of the line seems to know more about Goosebumps than he let on. They're the scariest. You lay it on thick, hoping your hunch about the number was correct. My favorite. Oh, hold on. There's a rustling on the other end. Someone here wants to talk to you. This is R.L. Stine, Master of Horror, says an identical sounding voice. You're Ray, was it? It's definitely been Earl Stine the entire call. That's right. Sorry, sir, but we don't have a lot of time. Slappy is here and... Slappy? Why didn't you say so? He's serious. How'd he get free? Never mind. Where are you? The town center Galleria. You wonder if he'll need the address. Okay, good. Now listen. You hear a car door open and shut on the other end. You must keep Slappy distracted. Do you understand? It's important. The car starts. Do whatever it takes to keep him busy. You can do this, Ray. After a beat, he adds, I'll be there as soon as possible. R.L. Stine hangs up abruptly. The line goes dead. Alright. So, I need to go back to the center of the mall, but I can't because of the cop being there. So the only way I can go is back into this area. So I go back into this area. This is where the amount of moves you have gets really challenging on this. So even though I've done as best I can to cut every corner I can't guarantee I'll still get in 175 moves. Alright, I don't see his shadow behind me, so I think I'm good. Yeah, he's over in the corner now. So now I can go back down this way. Stop near the large decorative fountain at the center of the mall. Alright, I want to go into Cavity City, but I'm just trying to see where he might be. I'm not seeing him by Cavity City, so I think I'm good. Let's hope. Lots of sour worms and chocolate making your mouth water. Alright. Store is bright, colorful, and smells like strawberries. Definitely a candy destination. Alright, so we want to grab a bag. Alright. So I want the fruit caps. Pill-shaped fruit candy might just be the best medicine into the bag. Alright. And I want the fruit orbs. Want the pretzels. Dump more of them than a few chocolate pretzels in the bag. And then I want the peanut butter cups. 3 PB cups into your bag. You can already taste their perfect blend of savory sweetness. Alright. Then I need the sugar caps. Sugar caps are small, so you scoop a considerable amount for your collection. Alright, now with that, let's go ahead and examine the register. Step closer to the cash register. Alright, now we're going to use the bag on the scale. Scale sinks further in the counter with a click, and seemingly solid wall of candy store slides open, revealing a doorway. Alright. Stealing your nerves, you press onto the bookstore and whatever waits beyond. Bookstore is bathed in darkness. There's a sense of absence that your mind races to fill. Alright, so we gotta examine the dummy here. Figure on the floor looks like a ventriloquist puppet. Is it Slappy? No, this puppet has different hair and everything. Where's Slappy? I'm so glad you could make it. What? Who are you? We're not going to give our name. I'm the kid who's going to stop you once and for all. Oh, well, it's a pleasure to meet you. What's your plan? How are you going to stop me? Let's stammer it out. Well, I'm sure I'll think of something. No, kid, you won't. Want to know how I know that? Probably because I clearly don't have a plan? Well, that. But mainly because you're not R.L. Stine. Nobody else stands a snowball's chance in Miami. Whatever. You're full on obsessed with this Stine guy, aren't you? What's the big deal? He's the reason we're all here. We're going to make him pay. Pay for giving us life and then locking us away inside those books. Locked in a book. Is that really the worst thing that's ever happened to you? Doesn't seem so bad. Well, the other dummies, they called me Sandwich for brains. And when they said that, how did it make you feel? Let's dig deep. Don't try to psychoanalyze me, kid. You don't want to know what's inside this walnut noggin. Actually, I know you like to talk to your victims, which allowed me to keep you occupied this whole time. I knew it. So what's your game, kid? It's really him, R.L. Stine, right over there. What? Where? Nobody's there. You should worry less about who's behind me and more about who's in front of you. To illustrate his point, Slappy charges toward you. You stand your ground, bringing your arms forward, ready for attack. You aren't sure how to fight an evil dummy, but what choice do you have? Just as Slappy reaches striking distance, a voice booms through the store and stops the puppet in his tracks.
Not so fast!
What? But how? Ray filled me in on your little plan. It's impressive, but unfortunately not impressive enough. No, it's too early. Nothing's ready yet. You've got to give me a redo. You're done. You've done more than enough damage for one day, Slappy. It's time to go back in the book. No, you can't do this. You created me. Why do that just to hide me away, like some mistake? I am not a mistake. My books were meant to entertain kids. That's what you monsters are for. The only mistake was letting you out into the world where you could hurt people. You'll regret this, Papa. Next time I won't be playing a game. Next time Slappy will be the puppet master. Shut up and get in the book. Okay, so we did get the 175 there with the finish the game and the number of turns. You're R.L. Stine, the one and only. Thanks for distracting Slappy. Oh, you were listening? Had to make an entrance. Good writing is all about timing, and it's time we put these monsters away for good. Every story R.L. Stine types comes to life, so he keeps them locked inside special manuscripts. But Slappy had gotten loose and released the rest of the monsters as well. We followed Mr. Stine around town as he trapped each monster inside the book it came from. It took most of the evening, but after he trapped the final ghoul, it was time to say goodbye. Stine, thanks again for your help, but I must be going. My daughter and I need to reach Madison. Daughter? Madison? Like in Delaware? Madison? I said nothing. Forget everything you heard. Time to go. Hey, Mom. Sorry it's so late. Chad and I were about to head home. Oh, you bet you were. You get back here this minute. We had the craziest day. You wouldn't believe. Save it. I don't want excuses. I want to know what on earth you did to my house. I mean, honestly, Ray, I expect that kind of thing from chat, but my goodness. Everything's on the floor. You left the fridge open. I can't even talk about upstairs. I'm so angry. Just wait until your father gets home. We're going to have a serious talk about video game privileges. Yeah. So that is the first playthrough of Goosebumps the game. I will put out another video, possibly 2 more at least. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to recall still how much there is still left, but there are other choices to be made in the game. And so we will go ahead through those choices in the upcoming videos, but I wanted to get this first ending out of the way, particularly with the How I Learned to Fly trophy, because as I said, yeah, trying to maneuver around so that you get it done in the 175 moves really is important. But if you enjoyed what I did in this video, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you all again for more Goosebumps.